Hi.
Welcome everybody back to Double File with Southern Cowboy Dale Davis and Caden.
I'm barely alive.
Yeah, apparently Caden is under the weather right now, but he's a soldier and he's going to power through, not feeling all that great, and do the podcast today. Good on you, Caden.
Same. Really, we are kind of powering through because I'm tired like you wouldn't believe, but that's just like standard.
Dude, I was
Problem.
asleep most of the day yesterday. I didn't fully get up until like 5:12 in the afternoon.
Well, that's just being lazy.
No, it wasn't. I had a massive headache for that time.
That's what Tylenol's made for.
Well, I didn't have any Tylenol on me.
We'll get you some Tylenol then. What are you
Here it
doing?
is.
Tylenol's contraband, don't you know?
Who cares? It's all good. Okay. So, man, a little bit off topic. Before we talk about the race weekend and anything like that.
Okay.
Me and my
We're good
friend at
going
work.
off topic.
Me and my friend at work are going at it again. Whether or not
Friendly
NASCAR,
or
whether or not NASCAR is a sport. And I keep telling him that it is. Racing is literally
Yes, it
in the
is.
name NASCAR, and racing is a motorsport. What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
It's not a
motorsports. That's what I always say.
no. He's one of those. It's not a real motorsport types.
No, I don't know if he's one. I don't know if my buddy is one of those stick and ball sports is the only kind of sport or what. But oh my gosh, like what do you mean?
He's
But
either one of those NASCAR's not a real motorsport guys or racers aren't athletes guys.
I think racers aren't athletes,
Well, he's wrong.
even though that couldn't be farther from the truth. But if he sees this
Just look at
episode, he knows I'm talking about him. But I'm not gonna put any names out there. But you know who you are out there on YouTube.
Just look at Ryan Priest and Ryan
Are
Newman.
golf players or golfers called athletes because there's not much athleticism there?
Well, I mean, you
No,
know,
So if we
there's-
have to call that a sport and athletes, then
Well,
NASCAR is a sport and drivers are athletes.
I guess it falls under one of those stick and ball sports.
You know what golf is?
Boring.
Hitting a ball and walking after it. In the
Here's
words
my
of
thing.
Carl-
I always feel weird when people like drivers or athletes. I'm like, I don't disagree. I just kind of feel like they're different kinds of athletes. Like, not all athletes are created equal. I mean, just look at football players. Look at a guy like Mac Jones and compare his body to like Lamar Jackson. They both play the same position. But would you call Mac Jones an athlete if you looked at him?
Probably not.
Would you call
Little football.
Shaquille
Out for you.
O'Neal an athlete if you looked at him?
I would call
I just call him a big dude.
I would call Shaquille O'Neal Big Show 2.0. Or would
Big Show's opponent that WWE could never make happen, no matter how hard they tried.
man
And they tried.
that would have been to see for sure. That would have been the match to see.
It definitely would have been an attraction, that's for sure. But that's neither here nor there, Skip.
So another thing I want to talk about. I cannot believe how bad traffic is even outside of Talladega. Like, oh my gosh, I saw
Really?
a good 100 campers leaving, like going the opposite way of Talladega yesterday. In my
It was
little
packed.
town.
It's Talladega. It's gonna be.
How far are you from Talladega?
Hour and a half ish, 2 hours.
That's about how I am to Charlotte. I'm a little closer than that to Charlotte Motor Speedway.
But do you still see a shit ton of campers?
Not really. You don't really see that till you get about an hour from here.
Well, see, the way that Talladega goes is you got a major highway there, literally right from it. Like you see semi trucks during the races. You see semi trucks going back and forth on the major highway. But there's
Yeah.
another highway that shoots up to, I think it's maybe Chattanooga, Tennessee. That is about like if I was to go to Talladega, I'd keep driving about a half hour ish away, maybe even another hour. But there's a highway that goes between, I think, Birmingham and Chattanooga, and I bet some of those campers was getting on that highway instead of the one down there next to the track. But holy crap!
There's like 3 different ways to get the Charlotte Speedway away from here.
Oh, really?
It's always weird because we know how to get there, but once we get past like Gastonia, we kind of put it in GPS because you never know which way it's going to take you sometimes. And sometimes we feel like we're going the exact same way, and yet we come into the racetrack from the complete opposite side. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, Talladega's kind of weird too. You got this little side road that comes in at it from the east, and then you got the major road. It's not the highway I'm talking about. There's a little side road that goes over the highway, and then there's another road, the main road that race traffic would take that turns onto Speedway Boulevard, and they kind of come at each other. So there's really just 2 ways to get to the track, technically.
Is Talladega a pain to get out of after the race?
Oh my God, you don't even know. Well, I mean,
Charlotte is the worst I've ever seen. I've never seen a place as bad as Charlotte for whatever reason.
You need to. Well, I mean, you should know you were at Talladega.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I totally was.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna hear this like I give a damn.
Yeah, but no, dude, it's
off topic. I may have had to lie to not have to work on Sunday on short notice because I'd been off all week, and suddenly I get a text at 10 o'clock the night before saying, "Oh, everybody has to work tomorrow," and I'm like, "No."
That's okay. All right, this episode probably won't get any views, just like the last episode that I uploaded.
My boss will never know about it.
I still haven't ever uploaded last week's episode. I gotta do that tonight.
Really?
Yeah, work's just been killing me, dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Holy
Same.
cow! I can't wait to make this my main.
I wait to get to Martinsville next month and just relax.
I can't wait till both of you fools get down here to Talladega.
Legitimately, yeah.
Or, Caden, where are you at? Well, like, what city do you live next to instead of giving your actual hometown?
I'm around Chattanooga.
So
way down yonder by the Chattahoochee.
so maybe.
That's where he lives.
Let's see. I bet I'll.
I have an off-topic thing of my own. I paid a visit. I paid a visit to my high school's JROTC unit because there's a former teacher there who happens to be the uncle of Chad Fincham, and I got a signed hero card.
Oh, hey. There you go.
That in the damn museum.
Yeah.
There you go, Caden. You're making your own dreams come true. But anyway, we could all try to get to Bristol. I think I would have to cut through Chattanooga on my way to Bristol. I'm pretty sure.
About that spring race next year, it's not like it's going to sell tickets. It'll be nice and roomy. We get in and out easy.
Yeah.
Say we aim for Bristol next spring.
We do run the risk of some rain bullshit, though.
I mean, that happens every damn race, basically. Can't believe how good the weather was for Talladega.
Oh, dude, it was... Not that I was there, but like I said, I live in the same, 2-hour vicinity of Talladega, so...
Yeah.
Pretty much what it's doing at my house, it's doing at Talladega. Kinda. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's how it is with me and Charlotte.
It's sort of like 7 out of 10 times. Maybe 6.
If the rain gets here, it's going to Charlotte. So I always know it's like, yeah, it's probably going to rain. If it's raining here at my house, it'll be raining at Charlotte in about an hour, you know.
Ah.
We're west of Charlotte, so.
Well, yeah. So, let's see here. What to talk about first? Do we go ahead and talk about Crafton and Sanchez, or save that for a little bit later?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that first. It was truck race. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the truck race. Truck race was uneventful until the last stage.
Surprisingly clean race. I enjoyed it. Just hate how at the end got dragged out. I hate that more than anything in all these races.
You were so.
It's a truck series. Taylordega. It's going to have overtime.
I mean, the last time that the truck series ended a race with more than 2 laps of green was
2007, right?
What was it? 8?
2007.
I think it was 2008.
Either way, it was before 20.
Now,
that's bad.
Before your time, kids.
Yeah.
Now the streak continues. Another non-playoff driver wins that race.
Yeah.
Let's see who did win.
Brett Moffitt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In a truck that was only entered to give Zane Smith a little extra drafting help.
Would that not technically be race manipulation?
Technically not. I mean, it's been going on. That's been going on in NASCAR for years.
I mean,
that's an old RCR strategy when Earnhardt was trying to clinch championships. Let's enter an extra car.
Well,
like Neil Bonnet would be in like a 31 car or something. That's where the RCR 31 came from originally.
They would probably start looking at it as race manipulation if Brett Moffitt was pushing Zane Smith and he caused the big one behind him.
Nah, because that's just drafting. Like that's just drafting with a teammate. But that's why that truck was
not.
No. I'm saying like if he was pushing Zane Smith and someone tried to pass him and he moved them and they lost control and caused a big wreck, that would probably be looked as some sort of manipulation.
That'd be dirty.
That would be bad.
And Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass. Look that up if you don't know what that is.
Jimmy Smith.
For my old school truck series fans.
Good old Brendan Gaughan.
And Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass.
Oh yeah.
Make the new thumbnail for this. Brendan Gaughan right after he says that because he's got a great look on his face after he says it.
Jimmy Smith. Usually they'll try to cover up language like that, but they just felt bad for him.
Yeah, they don't mind if you say ass. You can say ass on this podcast.
I mean, as far as YouTube goes, you can say whatever the hell you want to on this podcast. Just don't make it in consecutive sentences, I guess. What?
Say ass, baby, ass.
Yeah.
You're a jackass.
Why would you cover influencers video?
Ass, or whatever that song is.
What are you doing?
I'm delirious and I'm tired. But anyway, let's talk about old men beating up children, shall we?
Yay!
Okay, so Nick Sanchez claimed that Matt Crafton sucker punched him, but he had a cut on his face, pretty much right on his nose. I don't know if his nose was completely broken or if he just got hit on his nose.
Got the hell knocked out of him for something that. Well, here's my problem, and you can listen to my live stream when the wreck happened. I said, Crafton just kind of wrecked himself there. That's unfortunate. And then when I saw him park his wrecked truck in Sanchez's pit box, I was like, what's he mad at Sanchez for? And then I hear after the race, Sanchez out of control, all that blocking. I'm like, he wasn't doing anything that anybody else wasn't doing, and he wasn't causing wrecks.
No, it was an over-aggressive move, and he wrecked Crafton. No.
Well, it's with these old-ass, washed-up truck series drivers. It was Johnny Sauter, now it's Matt Crafton. Old and washed up, getting mad at these kids. I'm like, you're racing with kids because you were never good enough to get out of the truck series. You know, it's like your fault you're racing with these kids that are pissing you off because you weren't good.
Yeah. It was said on the show several times that Matt Crafton's competed in every truck Taylordega race. So for one, you'd think he'd know better than the sucker puncher guy. If that's
not just every truck Taylordega race. He's been in every truck race since the final race of the 2000 season. Brett Moffitt ran 3 full-time years and has just as many wins as he has in like 20. So
Matt Crafton was driving in trucks when Dale Earnhardt was still around.
Yes.
Matt Crafton is a 3rd championship off of no wins and luck. And
I've never had anything against Crafton, really, but that was just crappy on Saturday.
He was my favorite driver until that point. And the people calling for Sanchez's head due to the I'm going to kill that motherfucker at home.
Once again, It's kind of like the CM Punk AEW thing. You know, they said that the last fight was triggered because a guy looked at CM Punk and said, do something about it. If somebody snuck up on or tapped me on the shoulder and punched me in the nose, I'm probably going to say something to the effect of, I'm going to kill you. And then I'll probably try to act on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing. I'm going to kill you is what I would have said.
And he still got a $5,000 fine for it, by the way.
They suspended Sanchez's father because I guess you're supposed to just stand there and watch a grown man beat up your fucking son. Sorry.
Did they suspend Roper for holding Sanchez back? Because the security didn't do it? Not that it matters, because Roper's part-time anyway, but still.
I mean, I don't mind fights, but that was like assault, because, I mean, what the hell?
Crafton got only a $25,000 fine. I think it should be a suspension for Homestead, or maybe the rest.
I'm not.
You know, I'm against right hooking people, but by the end of the year, if I'm Sanchez, if I'm Sanchez, I'm going into Homestead trying to race for Final Four spot. If I don't make that Final Four, I'm hooking him at Phoenix. I'm gonna right rear hook him.
I'm not
Get
trying
out
to
and
play.
Ask him to do something about it.
I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but we don't see the beginning of the video. We only see after.
That's true.
The two of them are on the ground.
We get to the claim from Crafton that says there were already arguments and pushing of each other. Then
exactly, but
I wouldn't.
Bring
them forward.
Like I was saying, though, I mean, we don't see the beginning of the video, so we don't know. We don't even know if Crafton sucker punched him or not. So, I mean, not playing devil's advocate, but I don't think the full extent of an investigation was properly carried out.
I agree. I guess there's just no evidence other than he said, she said. You know, as Limp Bizkit would say, it's all about the he said, she said.
Yeah.
All about the
That's a lot of. That's what was going on in that deal.
Yeah, I don't like what happened between those two after the race. I don't know. What it looks like on track to me is that Sanchez went for the middle, and I don't know if the air moved Crafton's truck into Sanchez's truck and therefore spinning Crafton or what, but I don't know, because I mean, it's that head-on shot. If there was any other shot, we would be able to know for sure. Because
but it's Fox.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Fox.
It's Fox. We're lucky we saw it at all.
We're so lucky that we only have 2 more races with Fox in the Truck Series.
What's the Truck Series going to be on next year?
It's on Fox still.
No, I'm talking about this. Yeah. I'm talking about this season.
He's talking about this season. It's one of the reasons I just give up on watching trucks at a certain point of the year, because I'm just like, I can't take this crap.
And then you got Michael Waltrip's cringy ass.
What an exhilarating call by Jamie Little there at the end, and Brett Moffitt. What
about the call during the big one? Trucks wrecking everywhere. You're more boring than Quick Boyer.
I'm about to say, still not as bad as Boyer in the Daytona 500. Oh, he got turned.
Yeah. Oh, he got turned.
Oh, he got turned.
I'll be damned. He got turned.
Oh my God.
Oh, he got turned.
Oh my God, he got turned. Oh,
I don't know. I think I kind of like Boyer better than Little. Hot take, but I kind of like Boyer better than Little.
Oh yeah.
Boyer at least tries to be entertaining. Little
is not good, but girl power. Instead of actually developing a good female announcer, we're just going to take one that we already have and force her on everybody.
I mean,
it's just like the NASCAR way.
I will say this: I like Jamie Little over Michael Waltrip. I do not like Michael Waltrip in the booth. I'm sorry, I don't. He's cringy. I
don't either.
He's cringy. He's not funny, even though no matter how hard he tries to be, and it's just uncomfortable watching the truck races because Michael Waltrip's in the booth. And then you got the other guy. I don't even know what his name is.
Phil Parsons?
Yeah, Phil Parsons.
Phil Parsons ain't bad.
He's not bad, but he's not good either. He's just about as bad as Jamie Little.
That's like his career as a driver. He's not bad, but he's not good either. Literally his career as a driver and a broadcaster.
We need Vince Welch. We need Vince Welch back.
Oh, no, we don't. No.
No, we do not.
What about Adam Alexander? He's kind of a dweeb, but I like him.
I'll take him over Little or Welch.
I don't remember.
Vince Welch is so bad. Brett Moffitt wins at Talladega. That would have been the call.
I don't remember. I don't remember who it was, but we need the guy that made that call when Jimmy Johnson won his 5th straight championship.
Marty Reed.
And
Marty
that
Reed. Hammering your hearing.
The nail in the final coffin.
I was already in a bad enough mood that day because I wanted RCR and Harvick to win the championship. And then I got to hear that hammering your hearing, and I was like, "Fuck off!" I was like, "Shut your fucking mouth!"
The sound of the nail in the final
coffin
of the chase.
Dude, it's like such a. If you can't fucking come up with a better, I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I'm tired. If you can't come up with a better analogy or thing to say than that's any less clunky than just don't say anything.
I know the analogy he was going for, but he fucked it up so
he had
bad.
The words, they just didn't come out. They just didn't come out the right way.
Hammering you here is the final nail in the coffin on the playoff drivers' hopes of upsetting Jimmy Johnson. That's all you had to say, but no, he went with
rolls right off the tongue. It just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he fucked it basically.
Is the final
broadcasting is harder than it looks, but geez, he always made it look really difficult.
The final nail of the coffin. The final nail in the coffin.
What about that time that there was a fuel mileage race in the Xfinity Series at Chicago, and Trevor Bayne was trying to catch Justin Allgaier, and a lap car, as Allgaier runs out of gas, a lap car passes him, and Marty Reed goes, "Trevor Bayne's going to get his first win." It was a lap car. That's the one that got him fired, I think. I think that's the exact one that got him fired. Yeah, he got fired after that one. I bring up all the time when he forgot Andy Petrie's name. That's just my favorite thing ever.
Wasn't there one time where that was Adam Alexander, someone that mistook Richmond for Bristol?
That was Marty Bill Weber. Bill Weber.
Oh, Weber.
Perfect sweeps at Bristol. Richmond.
What track are we at? You big dummy.
Where are we, you big dummy?
How do you mistake Richmond for Bristol?
My favorite is Alan Bestwick. The one time he said Witzman International Raceway. That stuck with me. I can't remember what race he said that in. It was a long time ago. He said Witzman International Raceway.
Alan Bestwick just needs to come back to NASCAR, please.
Everybody do your best Alan Bestwick laugh and go.
We sound like the freaking.
There you go.
We sound like the Count puppet on Sesame Street.
I like that clip of him laughing on NASCAR now. He just goes.
Damn, Alan, you gonna blow up the world or something?
Yeah, I missed you, Alan. Keeps me watching SRX, even though that series gets really boring after the first couple of weeks.
Hey, Denny Hamlin's still 1-0 for sure.
And Tony Stewart sucks on purpose at dirt tracks till the end of the race to try to make the races interesting.
And Kyle Busch, I think, is 2-0.
Who cares?
Something like that.
Who cares?
I don't know. It's SRX. Series won't be around in a couple of years. Tony Stewart's selling everything. It won't be around soon.
Yeah. He had a nice run.
Yeah, they're going to come back for another year, but like I said, I'm not optimistic it's going to last. The novelty's worn off.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but the novelty has worn off.
Did Dale Jr. ever even drive in that?
No. So he's basically, in a nice way, he said they don't pay enough.
Dale Jr. is saying that someone doesn't pay enough.
Yes.
What a guy.
Junior's a cheapo Junior's a cheap bastard. A lot of people know that about him.
I mean, it's not about and it's about going out and having fun.
I'd say, hey man, I'm Dale Jr. I'm gonna pop a rating and give me my money. I'll come race with you. And Paul Tracy and pay Jr. his money.
No, Paul Tracy will just wreck the entire field and get himself suspended.
He'd give Jr. another damn concussion, then Jr. would never race again.
Yeah. Not even the one or two races he does in Xfinity Series every year. He wouldn't even do that anymore.
Maybe Paul Tracy's the reason people weren't showing up in droves to come do SRX.
Probably. I think ESPN did a bad job marketing it. Hopefully they get better at that.
Well, Paul Tracy, I mean, the Ross Chastain, the 2022 version of Ross Chastain of SRX.
He's worse.
Well, Ross Chastain actually wins shit?
Occasionally.
I'm talking about the Ross Chastain that made you talk about him every single week, whether you wanted to or not.
I missed that, Ross. Everybody else was getting mad. I always thought it was funny.
I was only getting mad because he kept taking out Denny. I'm thinking, oh my god,
yeah,
dude,
it's only not funny when it happens to your driver.
And I was getting mad because he kept taking out Larson.
That shows you how disconnected I am from having a true favorite driver. That every time Ross did something, I was like, "Old Ross."
Yeah, and then
I found it so endearing.
Yeah,
my dad's like, "I hate that son of a bitch." Can't tell how many angry texts. My dad texted me once, "Austin Dillon has more talent," and I was like, "You're fucking stretching there, buddy."
I'm seeing people saying Austin Dillon's kind of mentally checked out in NASCAR at this point and might not be in the car in the next 3 years.
I would be completely okay with that. Put Kyle Busch in the 3 car immediately.
A lot more than okay with that.
Put Kyle Busch in the 3 car immediately.
Yeah.
100%.
Dillon's just a hack.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
never once bought into his talent. I rooted for him in his early truck and Xfinity days, but then I was just like, yeah, this guy's not that good. He gave me big Noah vibes, only Austin Dillon usually doesn't. You got to give Austin Dillon credit for one thing. He usually doesn't do anything stupid. He's just kind of like a high-profile Paul Menard.
He's kind of full of himself, but he's not a complete douchebag.
Yeah, he doesn't really do anything out of line. I've never been like, oh, man, that was a horribly dumb move, Boston. At least none of those jumped to mind. It's just like, man, he's wasting that rod. He never does anything.
He does.
Only real stupid thing I could think of is trying to get Austin Cindric suspended for Dylan.
Yeah, that was just, big small dick energy radiating off of the driver of the 3.
Whoa. Austin Dillon can't try to get Cindric suspended?
Back at Gateway, yeah.
Gateway.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. He right hooked me.
Long season.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He
was literally just trying to make the corner.
I right hooked myself.
Yeah.
Old Denny would have got him suspended. Look at the data. Look at the data.
Oh, you mean that data that says I right hooked myself?
No, the data is showing that Chase Elliott tried to kill somebody. But anyway, where were we?
Speaking of killing people, Taylordega.
Hell yeah. Cup
around the world.
Let's
a frustrating race in some ways, but overall entertaining.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of about the Truck Series, the only other thing that I can think about the Truck Series is, yay, everyone's favorite chick racer got a top 10. Praise thee.
Throw a parade.
They might as well.
By the way, people are starting to call into question the safety of the next gen because Brad caught a little error after causing a massive crash.
The cars keep flipping over the same way.
Well, that's just how it's going to be. That's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably.
I feel like air got under the car after Austin Dillon pretty much pinched Brad's back into the wall, and the momentum kind of wobbled the car while he was spinning, and then air got up under the car.
Tire blowing didn't help.
No,
I don't think that's a car.
It really didn't. The tire blowing.
And hell, they're losing their damn minds as if the car went fully over. It didn't even get sight.
The big overreaction was he could have flipped into the campgrounds. He wasn't going to get over that wall. It was like a lazy car trying to roll over.
He's not Mark Martin going through there.
It was a bad wreck. Yes, could have been worse. Glad it wasn't. But
The only
As
thing,
far
these
as
cars are going to flip, Tom.
as far as flips, that car wasn't even at a 45-degree angle.
it
It
wasn't.
was not gonna flip.
I don't even know if it got all four tires off the ground. I think the left front tire stayed on the ground for the most part.
Oh, congratulations to Kyle Larson for making it to 30 feet before the start finish line before getting caught up in his usual Talladega wreck on the final lap.
By the way, that photo finish is completely meaningless now.
Yeah. Kevin Harvick got DQ'd out of the second place finish. His best finish of his last season so far. And NASCAR said,
now I really wish he would have won.
That's harsh, I think.
It is. But it's got to be black and white.
Yeah, I mean.
And hell, they probably looked at his and Blaney the closest. What about the others that may have had the same problem?
I'm sure there were others, because don't they only take like the top 5 in a random car? That's usually what they do.
I think they take the top 2 for sure.
How about you inspect all of them, huh?
You're not going to
take too long.
There's no way. There's no
but
way.
Inspect the ones that were like noticeably fast and like the top finishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
and over fasteners, that's more of a thing in the team that I don't think the driver could be screwed out of his best finish.
Exactly.
Over it. And the windshield didn't fly off, did it? Okay, no harm, no foul.
Maybe give them like a stiff fine. Maybe take points away. I mean, points don't mean anything to them at this point in the year, but
fine them. Don't disqualify them.
I just now wish he would have crossed the start finish line in first. That would have made this really funny because it's Harvick.
It's already bad enough that he got screwed out of near. It's already bad enough that he lost out in his last chance to win, and then you just rub salt in the wound.
I don't think it's necessarily his last chance per se.
It's very likely his last chance. Look at Stuart Haas. He's not winning anywhere else.
I mean, let's see. What do we
maybe
have?
Mark?
That's
about it.
What do we have next round? We got Las Vegas, Homestead, and Martinsville. He could probably win Homestead if they bring a good car for him.
Look at Stuart Haas. They're not bringing much that's good anymore.
I mean, they brought a car that was going to win in Phoenix earlier in the season, for sure.
And Darlington.
And then at Bristol, they brought a car that finished 5 laps off the pace with one.
They gave him the 14 that week. It was a mistake.
I mean,
darn! We accidentally swapped the 14 with the 4 for a week.
Yeah, I mean, Denny Hamlin even said earlier this season, last year, the 18 one week could have been the 11 the next. So
Tony Stewart's too busy doing RuPaul's Drag Race or whatever the hell he's doing now with drag racing.
Does Tony Stewart even have anything to do in NASCAR other than his team?
I think
that's about it now.
I think he's starting to grow distant from it after
he's been soured on a lot of stuff for a while. So
yeah, I don't think Stuart Haas is going to last long.
Just think, Kevin Harvick and Ryan Newman were never teammates.
They drove for common team.
They pretty much just swapped rides. Like, hey, you go to SHR and I'll go to RCR.
Yeah.
What if that one never existed for as long as they did?
The 10 car would probably have a lot more wins.
Yep.
I don't know who they would have put in there, though. I mean,
I don't like the rumbles that Almirola's coming back next year. It's like, how many more years are we going to waste?
Did you see that he accidentally said his final super speedway race?
Okay. So he let it slip, not coming back.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I mean, I think he slipped, said his final super speedway race. So I don't know. I guess there's something that'll be announced later at a later time.
Cole Custer going to get to 10. Stuart Haas will remain mid as hell, and Cole Custer will get to 10. Not that I don't believe in Cole Custer. I like Cole Custer. I'm just saying the team, there's not going to be any drastic improvement.
Hey, if they want a good super speedway guy, I guess they could put Riley Herbst in that one.
I was about to say, Riley
He
Herbst.
really impressed.
I mean,
I can't lie. He impressed me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's super speedway, but, you know,
I mean,
he did a lot of things really well. And then Corey LaJoy wrecked him at the end.
Riley could have.
To have been not 50 yards from a 4th place finish, I think.
Here's my Skip Bayless NASCAR hot take. Riley Herbst impressed me more yesterday than Corey LaJoy has any time he's ever been in a Cup car. How about that?
I mean, I'll be honest. The only time that Corey LaJoy really impressed me was the second Atlanta race last year, where he got basically where he got wrecked by Chase Elliott. I don't care what people say. I don't care what Chase fans say.
Chase was clear. It was a racing deal, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was that block was late as fuck. Like he saw him.
Just pull over and let him go.
I mean.
Well, nah. I mean, it wasn't the worst block I've ever seen, but it was a block. That it was.
You talk about a bad block. What was? Who am I thinking about? In the race on Sunday,
Drawing a blank too.
Someone threw a bad freaking block. Oh no!
Which rings to mind?
No, if Kevin had blocked the 12, that would have been freaking bad.
Yeah.
If Kevin moved down
to
block Blaney, that would have been the entire field.
I tell you this though, I want you to let it sink in for a moment that we were this close to a Riley Herbst Cup win.
Hard to wonder if it was going to happen at a certain point. I'm like, hey, if he stays up here.
I mean, he had.
No, you know what?
They shuffled him out a lot. Like, he got shuffled out a lot. This guy's like, I don't want to ride with this dude. I don't really know him. And he just kept coming back.
All right, I got an idea for the 10. Since the 4 full-time cars aren't working, just make the 10 a developmental car for Herbst and Custer.
Waste of money, though.
Yeah.
If the car's not chartered and running full-time, it's not making money.
What they need to do.
I mean,
what I think they need to do is downsize to a 2-car team and completely sell one of the charters and use that money to put a development car for Custer and Herbst.
Ford's going to have to take a long look at themselves after this season. No matter how good the 6 and the 17 keep doing, they need to look at some things.
I mean,
look at a lot of things.
I think Penske might be coming back just a little bit. I mean, maybe, especially Blaney. And that's not just because
Blaney shows up.
And I'm not talking about just because Blaney won Talladega. I mean, he was up there, what was it? Kansas, maybe?
Yeah.
So he was up there and contending, so maybe Penske's making a late charge in the playoffs. Granted,
Junior said that Blaney would make the Final Four, didn't he? That was Junior's prediction?
I think that was. As a matter of fact.
And I was like, wow, Junior, that's pretty bold based on how,
hey,
this year.
Where did everyone's favorite driver win? Or finish?
Ooh, Chase?
No. That one.
I'm drawing a blank.
Who the hell are you talking
I'm tired.
That guy wasting the 23.
Oh, he had a bad day. A lot of their bad day was circumstantial because the same thing happened to Reddick. They were attached at the hip with fast cars and couldn't do anything.
Dude, if that third line would have gotten going, for sure, they would have been up there.
Bubba was fast. Because remember, he was leading a line before the final caution. And then they were like, well, we got to hold you on pit road a little while longer because you led that line for so long. I feel like we burned more gas. So they held Bubba for more gas, and that cost him his track position.
Yeah.
And then him and Reddick tried like hell to get it back, but it didn't work. And then there was just no attrition in the race, really. Like, there was a wreck here and there, but there was not enough attrition for them to overcome losing their track position that late.
The big one didn't happen
with a white flag.
100 feet from the Piston Cup.
Yeah.
From the what?
So it was just circumstantial. Truex said he felt like their cars were off Truex said he felt like he had a slow car again. I'm like, yeah, the Toyotas don't look that strong. Like Denny
You
did
did not.
okay.
Hold on.
Denny
You
worked a
did not
miracle
just-
in my opinion.
Cowboy, you did not just what my car's reference.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did, but like, what?
What an idiot.
Denny worked a miracle Sunday.
Yeah,
That's what champions are made of, because the Toyotas were just not that good, except for maybe Bubba and Reddick. But like I said, they never had a chance.
Oh, but Denny will never win a championship, no matter how good he looks in the playoffs.
Well, so far that seems to be the case, but maybe this is the one.
He's got to get through the round of 8, though. Remember, the round of 8 is the one that he got eliminated in last year. Thanks, Ross Chastain. Shout out to you, asshole.
Do it again.
Do it again. What do you got to lose, Ross? The Roval's coming up. You got to win.
Oh my God, Ross is in a hole. Let's see here. I'm going to pull it up real quick. It's right now. It's Reddick, Bubba, Chastain, and who is that fourth one? Is it Kyle?
I knew not winning Texas was going to do Bubba in.
Yeah, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, and Tyler Reddick are right now out. Kyle
Now
Busch,
Bubba's still. Now, how many points out is Bubba?
9.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's 9.
Look, Bubba still has a chance.
He
does.
He does.
Chance.
But I just feel like nothing's going to go their way.
This is his best road course.
Honestly, yeah.
Here's the thing. Last year, it was just a freak accident that Kyle Larson got eliminated. Was mechanical failure.
Yes.
And then you got
And brake check.
And then you got Keselowski. I don't think RFK is that great on road courses this year. I mean,
Brad's really at risk now after that wreck.
So Keselowski in by 2, Reddick out by 2, Bubba is out by 9. If Bubba Wallace can be top 3 in both the stages and stay to the front, he'll get in. But he has
If
some
Brad didn't win stage 2, Bubba would be above the cup line right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
And Bubba didn't win Texas. But something just tells me he's screwed. Been a good run, but he's screwed. It'll never work out for him. If Taylordega didn't work out for him, Roval damn sure ain't going to work out for him. You better hope for a lot of attrition, but based on how lame that race was last year, which is why I'm not going on Sunday, even though I could absolutely go if I wanted to.
I really think Bubba could do it.
If everybody runs where they're supposed to run, he has no chance. He needs help because they're all better than him on road courses. And even if he runs top 10, that's not good enough unless somebody probably has trouble.
Let's see. Right now,
like a Keselowski or a Bell or something.
Larson is in by 15. Truex is in by 17. And Buescher is in by 19. So 5th down to 10th is separated by 19.
And oh yeah, 20. Stage cautions are back, so get those points.
Yeah.
Every playoff guy's gonna be staying out. The guys who are not in the playoffs are gonna have a real shot to win this race because everybody except the dudes who are locked in are gonna be like, "Well, I need these points."
Okay, so
we run the stage out.
5th all the way down to 10th, from Chris Buescher down to Bubba Wallace is separated by 28 points. So if by miracle, by chance, Bubba wins both stages, that's only 8 points that he needs to make up. But that's a long shot.
Both stages.
That is a long shot.
Yeah.
Or he gets stage points and people like Brad don't.
Playoff guys will win the stages, I guarantee, because they'll be the only ones playing that strategy.
Oh, yeah.
Hankins are angry.
And I'll be watching it at home this year.
I don't blame you. That's all right. Go to
after last year. Go back and watch that Roval race from last year. Just go watch it. See how long you can stay awake.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's going to be a no from me, dog. I'm staying home. I'll see y'all in Martinsville, which I don't think is going to be much better because short tracks suck, but it sets the Final Four, so I want to go.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a show to see who gets into the round of 8, though.
Yeah, for sure. This is when it starts to get really real. Round of 8 time. It's like, okay. Because from now on, you win a race, you're locked in the final 4 after this week.
Yeah.
And you got 2 mile and a halves, which are like hyper competitive, high parity racetracks right now. Homestead in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. That's why I give Busher a real shot to make the final 4.
Busher's credit. I saw a point system where he's damn near leading the show.
There's like 30 different variations of a point system. Well, if it was this point system, this guy'd be winning. If they used the original chase format in 1992, Kyle Petty would have won the championship.
What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. If they used the original 04 chase format in 92, Kyle Petty's champion.
Holy cow.
Think about that.
Kyle Petty championship would be cool, but I like Alan Kowicki championship more.
Yeah.
Alan Kowicki's is
Nobody would have 7. Everybody that has 7 would have less under certain playoff formats. Like Dale Earnhardt would have like 5 or 6.
How many would Richard have?
I'm not sure if they went back that far with all the calculations I've seen, but I guarantee he would probably still have 7. Let's be honest, thinking how he just won all the time. He'd probably still have 7. He'd be the only one. Johnson would drop to 4. I do know that. Johnson would have 4.
Even under the original Winston format, Denny
Johnson
Hamlin.
under the original Winston format, yeah.
Under the original Winston format, Denny Hamlin still doesn't win a championship.
He does this year because right now he'd have about a 150-point lead.
I've seen it work out like this in Thunder. Like, you can still choke that lead with this many races.
Yeah. 95, Jeff Gordon almost blew a massive lead to Earnhardt late in the season. Just barely held on.
Caden, you just don't like Denny Hamlin, do you?
No.
No, he does not. You're just now realizing that.
Oh, no, I realized that a long time. I'm just I'm just emphasizing it. Okay, so we talked about Talladega. I will say this. I'm glad that Kyle Larson was in the car this week because that, like we said on the last week's show, that hit was a hard hit. Both him and Kyle Busch. So very glad to see both of those in the car this week.
Ooh, what about the hits that Ty Gibbs took this week? Oh my God.
Oh yeah. What about those hits by Van Alst and Friesen? They had to go to the hospital after.
Yeah, Friesen was in the hospital for a while after that. We didn't even shout out to Fox for not following up on that. I had to find out on social media that Friesen's still in the hospital.
Van Alst, I think, is going to be out the rest of the season.
Yeah, brutal. Taylordega.
So Ryan Blaney wins. He is advanced onto the round of 8. I don't know where he'd be if he didn't win. I think he'd be
the master of the Talladega photo finish.
I think right now, if Ryan Blaney didn't win, I think Reddick would be in. Yeah,
Reddick with his couple of crappy races in a row now.
Yeah, if
facing elimination.
Yeah, if Ryan Blaney didn't win this race, he'd be the first one out, and Reddick would be the first one in by 1 point.
Is it too early to make my pick for the Roval?
Let's go ahead and do what were you think, or what the hell are you doing first?
Okay.
So, what
I think it's obviously Crafton.
Are you doing, Dale?
I'd be Crafton, dude. Like, he's just bitter and old and sad. He's on his Johnny Sauter career path.
Same pick for me.
Unanimous.
Not unanimous. I got my pick to go.
Okay.
Dale, you already know what it is. You remember?
I do.
What the hell was the Joe Gibbs Racing official Twitter account doing when they posted a picture saying, "Hi there at Talladega"? They posted a picture of Nashville Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
What?
They probably just Googled Super Speedway and picked the first one.
The thing about it is, that is a picture that you would be from an airplane, but how do you not know what track it is?
Social media manager doesn't care. He's doing a job.
I mean,
Probably doesn't even watch NASCAR.
I will say this. I will say this. That is why I'm a fan of a specific driver and not a team, because sometimes the team themselves can do the dumbest things.
Just like the NASCAR Twitter social media manager people, they don't actually watch the sport. They're just like young hip kids that were hired by NASCAR. Try to make us look cool on the socials. Here's this information. Post stuff about it.
I see the NASCAR Classics channel actually respond to people, and I did see NASCAR the account actually respond to someone who asked me. Said,
you know what kills me? All the unnecessary Bubba Wallace posts by the NASCAR social media team that is literally clearly just posted to bait people into talking bad about him and starting arguments and just getting that engagement on social media. Like anytime Bubba does anything, there's a post. And I love Bubba, but I'm like, they're literally only doing this because they know it gets people to get all riled up and comment stupid shit.
Let's talk about this. Which driver is posted more, Bubba Wallace or Chase Elliott? Got to be Chase by far.
Bubba now. It's Bubba this season.
Really?
Chase just hasn't been relevant enough this season. It's definitely Bubba this year.
He really hasn't. Like,
at least just this year.
I will say this. I mean, not one time did the broadcast say, "Look at the fans going crazy as Chase Elliott takes the lead at Talladega."
No, right? It's like, because he led for a bit, and there's like, oh, and Chase Elliott's out front. It wasn't like, oh my God, everybody stop what you're doing and listen to this.
Hold on, we have to suck off our most popular driver real quick.
To the nuclear power plant adjacent people at the Dawsonville pool hall. That was a hell of a crowd during the Atlanta race last year. Oh, I'm sorry. The world famous. I saw a lady argue with a friend of mine online who lives in Dawsonville. He was making fun of the pool hall and said, "How dare you make fun of a world famous landmark?" And it's like, dude, calling that shithole world famous is a bit of a stretch. World famous landmark.
Oh, it's Dawsonville.
Yeah, right.
It's where the
and the Raceway Grill that I ate out outside of Darlington Raceway is a friggin' landmark too. While we're at it,
hey, you know what?
Fries though.
I mean, hell, you know what? Speedway Boulevard at Talladega might as well be a landmark.
It is. It's more of a landmark than the Dawsonville Pool Hall.
Yeah, dude.
Their stupid tornado siren they got to hook up to a car battery.
Dude, I don't know if you ever noticed, but Talladega Speedway Boulevard at Talladega, if street racing wasn't illegal, that would be the perfect road to do it. This just long and straight.
Remember the fantasy track in NASCAR Chase for the Cup where it's like outside Daytona and you're like on the little highways and streets?
I remember that. Man, I remember that. I miss those games. Why can't we have stuff like that?
Me too. That's why I have
Why can't we have nice things like that?
That's
I have my PS2 in my memories.
That substantial announcement on September 30th was nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did they literally just say nothing?
Yes, they literally said nothing.
No, I'm not surprised. We're just never going to get a good NASCAR game ever again.
I mean, at least we have NASCAR Arcade Rush.
Yeah. You mean that boring ass game that don't even have any power ups?
Man,
I'd rather wipe my ass with my entire paycheck than pay for that piece of shit.
Dude, like if they threw in power ups like rockets and shit, that would be so much fun. That'd be
I'd rather play NASCAR 21.
Dude, they should have just remade NASCAR Rumble. Just do that.
Or
here's an idea. I got an idea. They should have remade a good NASCAR game. How about that?
Hey, there you go.
Like if they wanted an arcade game so bad, NASCAR Rumble. That is
EA Sports with freaking Madden. It's like, hell yeah, brother, make a bad game every year. We're with you.
Dude, do y'all remember NASCAR kart racing on the Wii?
Yeah.
That was a fun game. I like that.
The last EA Sports licensed NASCAR game.
Man, and it was still better than NASCAR 09 and NASCAR 08 on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Let me get that out there.
The PS2 versions weren't bad.
Because the new...
Just like the PS2 versions of Madden 12 and 11 were not bad either.
Yeah, but the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of NASCAR 08 and NASCAR 09, NASCAR 08 especially, are dog shit.
Dog water.
I think an 09 is fine without the black flags.
Dude, if you could change...
AI is what kicks me in the nuts every time I play 09.
Dude,
and every race is a pack race.
If it wasn't for the black flags and the car just being so tight you can't even turn it, no matter how much weight you take out of it, I would still be doing this series on my channel. But guess what?
Every mile and a half track or bigger on NASCAR 9 is a pack race, and it drives me batshit crazy.
And you can just chastain the whole time at all the short tracks.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Martinsville NASCAR 08, you just grind the wall. That's the only way to drive that track in that game.
Well, in NASCAR 08, there's a chance you go flipping through the fence if you do that.
Oh, God, I got NASCAR 08 for Christmas the year it came out. It was just quickly like, what the hell happened? Why can I not play this game?
Man, don't even get me started. I
played it like 3 times and then just never touched it again.
Dude, I'm the same way. I opened NASCAR 08. I didn't get it the year it came out. I got it like much later. Like I didn't get it until like 2016 or something like that. I don't even remember where I found it. Probably Amazon. But the first time I played it, I'm thinking, wow, what a waste of $25.
My brother
and NASCAR and Madden in perfect sync with each other because the PS2 version of Madden 08 is incredible and the PS3 version is god awful.
My brother got me the full NASCAR library for PS3, including NASCAR 08 and 09.
The NASCAR 2011 is underrated, I gotta say. I'm sorry. But NASCAR 2011...
For the DLC, it's not horrible, but when the game first came, I played it the day it came out and was like, oh no. I was like, well, I guess it's better than NASCAR 09.
I can still get the DLC for 2011 if I wanted to.
On
yeah, I think it's just PS3. A patch.
Yeah, pretty much all you gotta do is just hook your PlayStation 3 to the internet, and it'll just automatically...
When that DLC came out, I remember being like, okay, game's a little better now. But it's still a bad game all around.
Better than Ignition.
Yeah.
Everything's better than Ignition.
Evolution's better.
Barbed wire dick up my ass is better than playing NASCAR 21.
And yet here I am just hanging out on it. I'm not playing it right now, but I mean, I probably will after we get done.
I'm kind of running around on Spider-Man right now as we speak.
Shut up. Don't even talk about 2. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Let's talk about Spider-Man 2.
Shut your mouth. This is a NASCAR podcast.
Promise.
Not a
2 weeks away, y'all.
Spider-Man.
So anyway.
Spider-Man.
So anyway, Roval picks. Caden?
The Busher.
Ooh. Swinging for the fences. Dale?
His road game this year.
Tyler Reddick winning in. We haven't had a walk-off win by a guy below the cut line yet. We're going to have one. Tyler Reddick.
Well, shit. There goes my pick.
Pick Chase.
No.
Because he'd be my other pick.
No. God,
Chase would be my other pick.
No. God, no.
Pick Chase.
Bias.
Ice fly tires.
I'm not biased. I'm just being realistic. He does not have anything going for him right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't win anything.
Tune in Sunday.
Huh?
Tune in Sunday. He's going to have something for you Sunday. I promise you now. I was at that race last year. He got robbed.
Yeah, but the thing about it is he had momentum going, though.
Kinda, but
right now
I don't think he needs momentum. He didn't need momentum to show up and be strong at Indy. Well, he had nothing going for him then either. Sometimes you just show up and you have it. And I think he'll have it Sunday, but I'm picking Tyler Reddick.
Yeah. I'm not picking Chase Elliott. It wouldn't surprise me if Chase Elliott doesn't win a race at this point. It won't.
This is his last good chance. This is his last good chance. Chase, put up or shut up. Get it done. I'm not picking you.
Damn it, Dale, you bastard. You son of a bitch.
Jacques Villeneuve will take someone's ride and win the Charlotte Roval.
Who? Shane Van Gisbergen?
He said
Jacques Villeneuve.
Who the... Oh, Vanilla ice cream or something like that?
Jacques Vanilla ice cream, yes. Dude who wrecked Danica at Road America when she was running fourth, and it was really funny.
You said the name. That's a no. You said the name.
I'm melting. I said her name.
You said the name. You're going to hell.
And he wrecked Lord Voldemort at Road America while Lord Voldemort was running third, and it was really funny.
Oh,
I'm sorry for any Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy fans out there. Lord Moldy Butt.
Oh gosh.
Damn.
And every time you say it, something crashes.
Who do I want to pick for the Roval? I'm gonna go with McDowell. Even though he's not in the playoffs. Even though he's not in the playoffs.
It's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. I would have said AJ Allmendinger or Chase Elliott, but we went with the Christian. So
I am not picking.
He's got God on his side.
I am not picking.
Aren't they all? Aren't most of them Christian?
I know Bubba's not. I've heard some of the things Bubba's had to say about that crowd, and yeah, he's not.
So what? He's like the sole atheist in NASCAR or something?
I think Blaney is too. I don't want to speculate, but I'm pretty sure Blaney and Bubba are very like-minded people. And I'm like, yeah, I bet Blaney thinks it's all bullshit too.
Didn't Bubba
He's a really smart
say something
guy
about it because McDowell wrecked him at the All-Star race, though?
Yeah. But the way he said it made me think, oh, yeah, he's like me. He can't stand Christians either.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, praise Jesus. Let me hook you into the freaking outside wall and hurt you. Because that's what Jesus would do.
Okay. So, Roval preview. Cutoff race for the round of 12.
That's my Roval preview. Get your pillows ready. You're not going to need to take any NyQuil before this race, I promise you.
That's funny.
I've never seen a cutoff race have such little hype going for it. Everybody remembers how bad it was last year.
Hey, maybe that's why.
Was.
So why are people mad that it's going away next year?
People are mad that it's going away.
Because people hate
don't
change.
I thought everybody was doing that usual NASCAR thing where they whine for something, then get it, and then beg for it to go the hell away.
Well, see, the thing about it is they'll do that for a few years and then fall in love with it, and then when NASCAR says something about it going away and going back to the original way it was, they're like, no, how dare you?
There'll be posts on Twitter saying, remember what they took from us in 4 years when somebody wins a rain-shortened fall Charlotte race on the oval or something. Remember what they took from us. We could be racing in the rain right now.
Watch this with the Brickyard. The race is gonna underwhelm, and then all of a sudden we're gonna want to go back to the road course.
I'm telling you right now, NASCAR and Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you need to get behind the Brickyard and promote that shit, shove it down everybody's ass and throat like it's the Indianapolis 500. I don't care if it's not. Literally, fake it till you make it. If you act like it's a big deal, people will think it's a big deal. They were not treating it like anything other than just another race for the last few years of its existence.
NASCAR needs to put me and you on their marketing team.
And the 2017 and 2018 Brickyard 400s are all-time classic NASCAR races that nobody remembers because nobody cared. Nobody treated the race like it was a big deal. Because, yeah, there had been some pretty bad races. But 2017 and 18, classic, all-time, great NASCAR races.
I remember 2018. I witnessed 17, I mean. I witnessed Kane's last win.
18 was on a Monday, and nobody gave a shit, but it was still an all-time great race that I loved watching every second. I was like, man, this is awesome. And then they went to high downforce, low horsepower, and it neutered the whole race, and it sucked for the last 2 times. Treat it like it's freaking Daytona 500. It should be treated like a bigger deal. They didn't do a good enough job on that end.
It's supposed to be a crown jewel anyway. They're at Indianapolis.
Formula One is proof. Formula One is proof that your product can suck, but if you promote it in the right way, idiots will buy in and think it's legit and a big deal, like Formula One.
Okay, don't get into
it's like
that.
all marketing.
Caden, don't get into that crown jewel argument. Don't get into it.
It's a crown jewel.
Right,
it's a crown jewel.
Well, Brickyard is a crown jewel. Yes.
I don't think.
It needs to be treated like one for once.
I really.
It absolutely is. If they treat it like one, it will be.
I don't think it should be because Indianapolis wasn't built for NASCAR.
Well, too bad.
It's a racetrack with turns. It's built for NASCAR.
I'm gonna be that guy and say that only big tracks specifically built for NASCAR should be a NASCAR crown jewel.
So Watkins Glen's not a good race or a good racetrack.
Bristol, Daytona, and Darlington Southern 500.
Hello, Coke 600.
Yeah, Charlotte too. There you go. There's your 4.
Charlotte, Darlington, not race at Bristol, Daytona 500, Indy.
No, you don't.
Indy's up there, and it will be restored if they give a shit. Like I said, Formula One is proof that you can absolutely suck, but trick people into thinking you're a big deal. I don't care if the race ends up sucking. Market it right, people will care.
I don't know. I think we just need the 4: the Daytona 500, the Coke 600, the Bristol Night Race, and the Southern 500. I think those 4.
If you polled the drivers, they tell you they would care way more about winning Indy than they ever would Bristol.
But why though?
Because it's
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Okay, go.
This is the race that Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon made. This is the race that Dale Jarrett made. Bill Elliott made this race. Jimmy Johnson made this race.
I mean, hop on the Kyle.
It's Indy.
Hop on the Kyle Larson.
Paul Menard made this race.
500.
Paul Menard. This is the race that Paul Menard built.
That's the only
save big money at Menards. Every time I hear that, I'm like, remember that time
that's
he won
the only reason. That's the only race he can win in my NR 2003 little career thing. He won it again in 14.
Oh yeah, and just because I haven't said it enough, because I said it a minute ago, Formula One sucks, and it's all strictly marketing. The NASCAR, you can do this. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you can do this.
And yet somehow I still watch F1, although I haven't really watched the last few because Verstappen. Being Verstappen.
I have to be paid to watch Formula One.
That's
even then I try to get out of it.
That's a weird name, Verstappen.
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 People always thought that the NASCAR engineering war was getting out of hand. Like, oh, it's just all engineering. Go watch Formula One for a little bit. Get back to me and let me know what you think of that.
But Formula One is still racing.
If you look up Formula One in the dictionary, it says the opposite of parody.
No, Formula One. I tried to watch Monaco. I just fell asleep.
Yeah, and like I said, it's literally just like a social event. It's kind of like a Taylor Swift concert. Everybody knows the music sucks, but it's like the it thing to go to right now.
I've heard that name enough this week. Please don't say it again.
You guys see the Jets game? Kelsey caught a pass in the fourth quarter, and the entire crowd erupted in boos. And I'm like, yeah, they're already tired of hearing it too.
Yeah, I have heard that name enough times.
It was just like Travis Kelsey first down.
National anthem.
Oh, NASCAR YouTube during that Jets Chiefs game randomly uploaded the video of Taylor Swift singing the national anthem in 2007 or 2006 at Phoenix or whatever.
Dude, the NFL literally simped over her so hard they put pictures of her as their background picture as on Twitter.
And they rigged the game to help the Chiefs win because the Jets had their ass.
I mean, is there any way?
You want to know how I know it was rigged?
Is there any other way Patrick Mahomes can win a game? I mean, really?
See, I don't have nothing against Mahomes, but here's how you know it was rigged, right? So, interception, Jets take over, flag. Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense number 1, first down, Kansas City. If the holding happened before the pass was thrown, how can the ref sat there and waited till the interception was caught and then went stumbling for his flag? Go back and watch. He wasn't even looking at his flag until interception, flag. It was like he just had to bail him out. It was so obvious. If it happened before the pass, he should have thrown it when the foul took place.
Oh, you know how it is. I mean,
he was waiting to see if there was an interception. Then pick, flag. Ball, Chiefs win. I was rooting for the Jets so bad. I love Mahomes. I'm like, dude, I hope the Jets win this damn game. Zach Wilson played the game of his life and got screwed. He'll probably never play that good ever again.
Zach Wilson was trying to impress Mama Kelsey.
Bro, those passes he were throwing, over the hands of defenders, through defenders, and damn, he's laying it in there. But anyway, this ain't a football podcast. Forget what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like
Taylor Swift has infected our podcast as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, all our viewers are going to say, "What the hell happened? I thought this was a NASCAR podcast."
Just put her name in the title, and you'll get views.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I might
just say,
do that.
Double File podcast, and then put like all the things we talked about, like Taylordega Roval preview, Taylor Swift question mark.
Hey, I already got it. Taylordega.
Taylordega, yeah.
Chaos at Taylordega.
I got a NASCAR driver start dating Taylor Swift because our
then just put
really
Taylor Swift singing the national anthem in the thumbnail.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Dude, like this video will be our most popular episode ever. Like ever.
This is gonna explode. Yeah. We're gonna make it the big time now. We said Taylor Swift.
Oh, you're using
deserve credit for that.
Oh, you're using her name for views. No, I'm not. I'm just using her name for parody. And the views are coming.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, that girl who was classmates with Josh Berry.
Adolf Switler.
We here at Double File do not condone the actions of past historical figures.
Like Adolf Switler.
Oh boy. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Just remember, the song was called Feeling 22 because nothing rhymes with Adolf Switler.
Nothing rhymes with what?
9.
Mine.
That's why she went with 22 instead of 9.
Wow. How to rhyme with 9? Mine. Line. Incline.
You know, I'm so out of touch that when people are making all the memes using Taylor Swift songs, I'm like, I don't know half of these. I'm like, I know the old ones. I don't know any of the newer ones.
Would you believe me if I told you I have never listened to a Taylor Swift song, and now because I've heard her name so much, I may never listen to one of her songs?
Dude, if I was coming out at Bristol, I would come out to one of her songs at this point just to get people talking.
Oh man!
I saw a great T-shirt somebody made. It's the Twisted Sister logo, but it says Taylor Swift instead of Twisted Sister.
Oh god!
I want that shirt.
Oh man!
Taylor Swift 500, formerly known as the Daytona 500, coming in February.
The Taylor Swift Motodrome.
The Daylor 500.
And she like sponsor a racetrack like Lowe's used to, Taylor Swift Motor Speedway at Charlotte or something?
I don't know. I really don't care.
Got to date a NASCAR driver next. We actually could use the press. NFL doesn't need the press. NASCAR could use a national story.
How about Monster Energy sponsor a racetrack? I think the aesthetic would look cool.
I have all the walls with holes in it.
Did y'all know that Donald Trump? I mean, not political, but did you know that Donald Trump almost owned a racetrack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Tried to buy the Buffalo Bills as well.
Like, wasn't he going to go in with The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson? I think maybe.
Something like that.
Like both of those was going to go in together
racetrack
and buy a track. Like I think maybe it was going to be Nazareth or something like that. But then the deal fell through.
Like most of his deals do.
I
like that second presidential campaign fell through. Anyway, anything else to talk about? Or are we done here?
Caden, you okay? You sound like you had a revelation.
Believe me, I will not drop the soap. Believe me.
Again, here at Double File, we are not. This is not a political podcast. This is a strictly NASCAR podcast. No political content will be found.
Brett Griffin, I hate liberals. Let me tell you why I hate liberals. Even though it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm Brett Griffin. I'm fat and I'm old.
Yeah. Look, we might not talk about politics directly, but that's not going to stop us from making fun of it.
We're still going to talk about old, fat, out-of-touch spotters who sniffed off of rich people's asses for 25 years and been a leech in a sport and never really done anything other than clear Clint Boyer into a bunch of wrecks at super speedways.
I just don't want to get canceled. That's all I want.
We're not going to get canceled.
You're too little to get canceled. We're both at 80 subs.
Even if we were big, we're not going to get canceled. The way you don't get canceled is that you just don't give a shit.
Exactly.
AKA the Dave Chappelle method. People, the people that get canceled, the ones who break down and apologize, those are the ones who actually get canceled. If you show an ounce of remorse, they dogpile on you. If you just double down and be a dick, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's literally how it works.
Take the Ronnie Radke road.
Yeah.
Who? Running Rat Cave?
You don't know
Ronnie Radke. That's his ring name.
You don't know who that is, you failure?
Look, man. I don't know.
Banging Soraya.
I don't know about
again, who hasn't?
except NASCAR.
Oh, now I am going to get canceled. Hey, speaking of, never mind. I was going to make a Buffy Waltrip, Michael Waltrip, Dale Jarrett cuckold joke, but I'll hold off on that one.
Yeah. I think this show's already gone for about an hour and a quarter.
Let's take this horse out behind the barn and finish it.
Remember, dude.
I get good.
Remember, man, we're eating the dog. You're just holding the tit.
Yeah. You're the one fucking this dog. We're just holding its head.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Double File with Southern Cowboy Dale.
If it reaches you.
Do what?
Yeah. I said if it reaches them this week.
I hope it does. I mean, remember, Taylordega is going to be the title, I guess.
Taylordega.
I mean, it took me putting She Who Shall Not Be Named to get my first long-form video. That's nearly at 200 now.
I started hissing at the sound of it.
Your first what video?
What do you mean my first what video?
I don't understand what you said. Like, you said that who shall not be named to get your first whatever video or whatever.
First video with nearly 200 views. It's 183 now.
Oh, okay. Well, Taylordega bound. Trouble in Taylordega. But yeah, that's about all we have for today. We'll talk about the Roval next week. Hopefully at least Reddit can get in. If Reddit can get,
if somebody gives me free tickets, I'll go.
No, don't worry about it.
Just
worry about getting.
I want Bubba in so I.
Just worry about getting hyped up from Martinsville. I wouldn't do too much visiting. Cause maybe.
All right, gang.
Cause maybe next spring or fall. I guess fall because the playoff race. I'm going to try to get you to Talladega. I'm going to do everything I can to get you to Talladega for your second time.
Aim for the playoff race, I guess.
Yeah, get me in on that too.
I mean, I'll save money and buy 3 tickets.
I'll fly. I'll get my plane ticket. You just got to give me a place to stay.
I mean, hell yeah.
We'll just have to figure out a way to get me down since I can't drive.
Can you fly?
Fly in.
I don't know. How expensive would the plane tickets be?
Plane tickets fluctuate, but I imagine flying to frickin' Alabama is not that bad.
I mean, I could theoretically drive from here. I'd kind of like to avoid flying.
Are you afraid of heights, Caden?
I just don't like the concept of.
I have a really irrational fear of podcasts that go on too long.
Yeah, right. Like this one.
See you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Cut it off there.
Hey, good night, everybody. All right, thanks guys for watching, and this has been Double File, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.
Subscribe.
Oi.